Supcase sent me a bunch of their cases for the new iPhone SE 2020, and we're gonna go over the UB Style, the UB Clear, Exo, Royal, and Pro. And if you are interested in getting any of these products, I will have the links down below. Let's go over the UB Style first. This one is a very thin case. It's a simple installation. You just put it on and it snaps right in. For the grip, I would say it's more on the smoother side, even though it is TPU and it has the matte finish. The back of the case is a clear plastic piece, which can show off your iPhone really well, but over the next 2 or 3 days, with the oil and grease buildup, it's gonna become like a fingerprint magnet. For the edge, it is pretty rounded, so when you're holding the phone, it feels like a really nice curve around your fingers. There are many colors for this case. I do get the black one, which really sticks out or contrasts well with the red iPhone. Next up is the UB Clear, which has the same ballpark as the UB Style, but this one is more edgy. It still has the TPU sides and also a clear plastic back. So with the edgy look, it also applies with the grip as well. When you're holding it, you can feel the corners or the edges through your fingers. Because the edges on this case is more sharper than the UB Style, when I'm holding it in my head, it just feels like it sits deeper in my skin, so therefore it just gives me a more sense of security. It's nice to have different options, even though the UB Style and UB Clear are pretty similar or look kind of similar from far away, but they totally feel different when you're holding it. Next up is the Exo. I would say this one is a step up from the last 2 cases I mentioned. The back is still clear plastic and the sides are still TPU. Yes, it's still the same as the other 2, but this one does have a TPU layer on the back side. So when you put this case down flat on like a table or something, it doesn't move as much, so a better grip, and also it protects the back from being scratched. The corners of the case do stick out a bit more, so when you drop it, it does offer better drop protection. The sides do have a carbon fiber look to it, which I think is a really nice touch. I do like how the buttons are slightly separated from the side TPU, and also it have a texture over it, so you can just feel for the buttons, you don't even have to look for them. Next up is the UB Royal. This one offers more protection, so it does have a bit more bulk. This case does have its own front screen protector. To me, it feels pretty plasticky, so if you're really used to using glass ones, this one you're gonna have to get used to. For the performance of the screen protector, it just works completely fine. When I'm scrolling and touching stuff, it's all accurate. Now, one other cool thing that comes with this case is a wrist strap. It just matches pretty well with the case, but to me, it's pretty small. I have small hands and I can barely get mine to fit. When you're holding the case, it feels pretty similar to the last 2 cases, but since this one has a wrist strap loop, the way how it sticks out is kind of annoying, especially if you're holding it with your left hand. To get your phone in this case, you would have to pry off the corners. Use a coin for the best results, since everyone does have a coin, and for a person that just takes their case or takes their phone off their case a lot, this one's probably not a good choice for them since it's kind of annoying and it does take a process. Next up is the Pro. This one is by far the most bulkiest one. It looks like it offers the most protection, and it does. This case does come with a clip, so you can easily attach it to your belt, so no longer you would have to dig in your pocket to look for your phone. When you take a good look at this case, it looks like it's for a person who works in a construction site or someone who works in harsh environments. Now, to get your phone in this case, it's the same process as a Royal. You would have to pry off the corners. Holding this case in your hands does feel pretty bulky, but it feels like it can handle almost any drop. And you don't have to worry about the ports because they are also protected with flaps as well. Another small feature about this case is it does have a kickstand. At first, it does take some time to get used to or break in, since it is pretty hard to get out at first, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. And as you can see, it does have the front screen protector as well. Feels really similar or pretty much the same as the Royal. So in conclusion, Supcase do offer a good amount of range from the minimal and light drops to the harsh environments with really thick cases. They have plenty of different color options to match to your liking, and out of this bunch, I would say the Exo would be my favorite one. The case is pretty slim, it does offer a good amount of grip, and it looks like it can handle any casual accident. I would say that I do like the look of the Royal, which does capture my attention, but for functionality, it just didn't do it for me. If you are interested in getting any of these products, I do have the links down below. Please follow me on Instagram, give a like, subscribe, hit the bell, and thanks for watching.